Oh, it's so good to be back to local. So it's nice to meet you as well, man. Nice first match. Let me just draw my opening hand of 5. So actually, you got a cool hand. Let's see what you do. You're going first. What did you say you were playing again? Nice to meet you too. I'm playing Infernoble Knights. Are they? What do they do? They're a new art type, right? Yeah. So what they do is, well, they hand loop you. They do this.
And it's gone.
What's up YouTube, Dow here from Zephyr Games, bringing you probably the second hype deck from Rise of the Duelist, and that is of course Infernoble Knights. Now this is actually the Synchro Climb version, so this version I've been working on is a balance between the hand loop and the Synchro Climb. So the hand loop version involves the ignites, which literally just rips your opponent's hand apart on a consistent basis. This one has the ability to either go risky and try to rip your opponent's hand apart, or it goes safe and synchro climbs as well. I will take you through the profile and then I'll show you a couple of the combos at the end as well, just so you get to see everything and what this deck is targeting to do. But until we get started, please smash the like button, hit the notification bell and subscribe so you get to see more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. We still have Gaia the Fierce Knight decks coming up and try and do some test hands with that. We've got test hands for the Dogmaticas because you guys smashed that like button and got it way over 100, well within 24 hours as well. We then also have Abyss Actors, we've also got Ancient Warriors, we've got so many updates coming for you guys, it's crazy, so make sure you stay tuned. With that said and done, let's get through this profile of the Infernoble Knights. Now, I love Noble Knights originally, and this is just like fire Noble Knights basically. So you start off with 3 of the brand new card, Infernoble Knight Oliver. This is your most important card in this version, purely because he's your tuner. Now most of the Infernoble Knights share the same effect, that while this card is equipped to a monster, it then gives that monster additional protection. Oh, there you go. So for this one, for example, the equipped monster can't be targeted with card effects, which is nice. You can only use each of the following effects of Oliver once per turn. You send 1 fire warrior monster or equipped spell from your hand or face up from the field to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand as a level 1 monster. You need to remember that. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 warrior monster you control, equip this card to that monster you control. There you go. Then the card that went up from, it was 15, then 10, then 40. Now I think it's settled down a little bit, is Infernoble Knight Renard. This came out in Toon Chaos, so hopefully you guys have all got your Toon Chaos cards by now. If not, don't pay stupid money, they are getting a reprint. We just don't know when the second wave of Toon Chaos is coming. But Renard is just as important in this one as well. So again, if you try a Fire Warrior monster, you can special summon this card from the hand. If summoned this way, this card is treated as a tuner. Now this is very important. You can only special summon Renard once per turn this way. So not special summon him only once, you can only special summon him once per turn that way. So you can special summon him by himself and then special summon him via Isolde as well. You can target 1 of your Fire Warrior monsters or 1 of your equipped spells that is banished or in your graveyard, accepts itself and add it to your hand. So nice! Again, you can only use this effect once per turn. We've then got Double Yugioh. So while this card is equipped, the equipped monster can't be destroyed by card effect. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is normal or special, you send 1 Noble Arms card or Fire Warrior monster from your deck to your graveyard. If this card is in the graveyard, you target 1 Warrior monster you control and equip this card to that monster. So this is actually very, very important. I haven't mastered the combo yet, but involving this, there's a combo where you need to put Jet Synchron in the deck, and it's a combo where you can dodge Nibiru. So that's something I'm still working on, which is why I haven't put it in here. So yeah, we've then got the 1 Magius and the 1 Astroflow. Both of these are okay, they're not necessities, but this one basically, when it's equipped, it can't be destroyed by battle, and then you can only use each of the following effects. You get to target 3, if it's sent to the graveyard, you shuffle in 3 of your other Fire Warrior monsters or Noble Arm cards that are banished or in the graveyard and draw 1 card. And then this one, the equipped, you can banish 1 Fire Warrior monster from your hand or graveyard and special summon this card for free. Then you can make this card's level become that level of the banished monster. You can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon the banished card during your standby phase. You can special summon 1 of your Fire Warrior monsters that is banished or in the graveyard. So it's a nice little extender, but it needs to have build up first to do so, which is why you're only playing them at once. Then we've got the Broken Engine. This engine is nuts. and that is triple Sublation Knight and the single Squeak Out. So the way this kind of works is Sublation Knight is the better one of the two engines that we play. I'll show you the other engine that we play now, is Neospatian Connector. Now, the Neospatian Connector is for the hand loop. The Sublation Knight can contribute towards the hand loop, but obviously the Neospatian can actually get you 2 hand loops, whereas the Sublation Knight can only really kind of contribute towards one of them. But the Sublation Knight is safer because it equips from deck. It doesn't add special from deck, so it can't be ashed. So Sublation Knight equips Squeak Knight, ideally, or any Fire Warrior monster to it, and then it can Squeak Knight can special summon itself, and straight away you've got a 1-card Isolde, and that is where your combo goes. The Neospatian does the exact same play. It gets you into Isolde, but it does also, because you've got the Aqueduct, give you the ability to look at your opponent's hand and try and rip something out. Now, in my opinion, right now, this isn't that great, because if my opponent's going to Ash, they're going to use it on this. If they've got a Veiler, they're going to use it on this. If they've got an Imperm, they're going to use it on this. So, the only thing that you're really stopping is a Ghost Ogre, in my opinion. So, to be totally honest, if your opponent's got that hand trap, they're going to do it. The only thing this is then going to do from you from then on, you're probably going to take 500. The only thing it's going to do for you is pretty much just look at your opponent's hand and go, okay, cool, I know what you've got. On top of this as well, what you can do is you can play triple Tactical Talents if you've got it, and you can also play triple Red Layer. So instead of Red Layer, I've put in a different tech for an extender, purely because I like the level 1s a bit more. We've then got 2 Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. You can play this at 3 if you want. This is literally... Now the issue I've got is, in this current build, your combo, you can't have an additional monster on board because you use up all your zones with tokens, so you can't actually make Gearfried early. Gearfried is a last extender. So in the other version with Jet Synchron, you get to Gearfried early, and Gearfried is the one that literally says no to Nibiru. So it depends on where you want to go with this one. This is just the balance between the two. The one, Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line, very, very important. And the one, Fire Flint Lady. Love this card. This card's so cool. So if you control a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from the hand for free. You can send this card from the field to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand. Nice! And if you do, your opponent cannot target it with effects. Nice! Okay! And the best thing about this is you can actually go normal summon Neospatian, do a bit of a hand loop, and then once you get the Fire level 1, or even if you bring Fire Flint Lady off of Isolde, you could then special summon out Sublation Knight, and then because Sublation Knight is normal or specialed, it can trigger its effect again, so you can actually link climb even higher. Very, very specific, but it does an option. Cool with the Grave, you want your Isolde to go off, you want your Neospatian to go off, you need to protect your stuff, so you need to play triple of this. Instead of the Red Layer, I've got triple Where Art Thou. Now, the reason I choose to play this over the Red Layer is because Red Layer means you need to control no monsters. So it's a little bit less consistent. If I open up multiples, I'm not doing anything with it. Whereas with Where Art Thou, because I'm going to be special summoning at level 1 off of Isolde, because I've got Fire Flint Lady, I can then technically go... and especially if you wanted to put Jet Synchron in this version as well, you'd go Jet Synchron, Where Art Thou, search out a Renard, search out a Fire Flint, and then you can extend further from there. So it's just another option, but this is an easy takeout for the Red Layer if you want to. Triple Heritage of the Chalice is what it is. So you add a Noble Knight monster or Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. So constant consistency, additional rotor. The only one that or the main one you want to be adding off of this is Oliver. And if you've got Oliver, your plays can then adapt more for a hand loop. So you really read what you have in your own hand, and you kind of go, right, I've got more components for the hand loop, or I've got more components for the synchro climb, and then you can kind of adapt to go from there. 2 Infernoble Arms, Druidol. I only got 1, but the reason this is so important is, again, if you don't open up Oliver, this gets you to Oliver, and it can also get you to any of your other Noble Knights as well, so it is very, very important. The one, Joshi, I probably butchered that, and the one, Heraclear. So when this card is equipped to a monster, you type 1 Fire Warrior monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, nice, then destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you special summon 1 Fire Warrior monster from your hand. So it's a nice little additional extender. In my opinion, this is better for the build, like building up, than this one, but this one is good for going second. So while this card is equipped to a monster, you can type one face-up monster you control. This turn, you cannot declare attacks except with that monster, and it gains the ability this turn to make a second attack during each battle phase. Then destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field, destroy it. So the idea is you're going to equip this, don't use its first effect, send it to the graveyard, pop a card. So it just gives you a bit of interruption. For the other equips, you've got the one Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, the one Overdone Burial, and the one Smoke Grenade of the Time Thief. Like, this is not surviving, people. I mean, come on. You can play Living Fossil. That's one other one that I would advise playing. I couldn't find my copy, but I'd definitely put it in. And then you've got the one for one. And the one Reinforcement the Army. So the 1-for-1 is literally because I play so many 1-for-1s, I want to get to my Ronaldo easily, I want to get to my Fireflint Lady easily. She just helps me extend as best as possible. So that's kind of the choices I've made in this one, but like I said, if you've got Triple Tactical Talents, you can put that in. If you want to put the red layer in, you can as well. I just wanted to make this different. I wanted to show you other alternatives that you have available to you and other spicy techs. So, for the rest of the deck, we'll start off with the Synchros first. So we'll go with the Synchro level 8s. You've got your Borreload Savage Dragon, you've got your Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, and you've got your Cypher Lord Omega. So you've got Hand Loop, you've got Aggressor and Time Winner, and you've got Negator. Now again, you don't have to play Scarlight, it's just a personal tech that I really like in a deck that can pump out rank 8s on a good consistent basis. So entirely up to you if you want to get rid of it. We've then, of course, going back down the chain, we've got the Stardust Charge Warrior, part of the combo, I'll show you at the end, very good. Metal Marcher, again, part of the combo, show you at the end. The Infernal Noble Knight, Captain Roland, and then the Ignoble Knight of High Landslim. So this is, of course, part of the Protector to get you into a Nibiru protection before it gets too dangerous, and that's something I'm still working on. So, once I've figured that out, I'll then be able to add Jet Sync onto the deck and kind of work it that way. The Roland, you're just basically going to be using it to climb higher and then equipped it to your Mac Daddy, your Emperor Knight, your Infernal Knight Emperor Charles. Looks awesome, absolutely love it. Glad it's not a secret, but I can imagine it being one. Very cool card. So if an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster on the field, not even your stuff, during the damage, even during the damage step, you can destroy one card on the field. Nice. During the end phase, you can equip one equipped spell from your hand or graveyard to this card. Then you can equip one Fire Warrior monster from your deck as an equipped spell. So you then basically make this a 4k beater and then give it additional protections with what you equipped. And the idea is, during the end phase, or when he's summoned, or when something gets equipped, you're going to bring back Smoke Grenade. This is going to use the effect Pop Smoke Grenade. And you're pretty much, if you get the best hand, if you want to go for the hand loop, you can loop your opponent for 5, I believe. If not, you can loop your opponent for like 3 or 2. It really depends on you. You see their hand, you can kind of, dictate the plays you want to make. For the Link monsters, you've got the Link Cross, very important for the combo. Who would have thought it in 2020 Yu-Gi-Oh! Double is old, like so nice to have this back in the fold now, so very interesting on that one. The one Hita, the Fire Charmer, Ashes are around. This can help you link climb into access code to kill the game off, so just a nice little tech, something a little bit different again, don't have to play it, it's just an option. Crystron, Halifibrax, we want to make this competitive, so you have to play the best cards. And then, of course, the Mecha Phantom Beast, Auroradon, again, part of the combos, gets you where you're going. You either want to be the degenerate that hand loops someone, or you want to be the degenerate that plays the, Halifibrax and Mecha Phantom Beast. So I kind of went with both. Right, okay, let me show you these combos. Okay, so the Infernoble Knight combos are... they're kind of cool. It depends on what you open up, really. I'm going to open up with the ideal one. So the one card combo is like Sublation Knight. This pretty much gets everything going that you need. So I'm just going to try and put the cards to one side. For the hand loop version, you go with Connector. But the Sublation Knight is the safer route right now, and it's just the more direct route. They'll do the exact same kind of end board. It just depends on whether you're ripping hand or whether you're getting a monster. So the only other card that you need to combo off with this to make it, for the hand loop combo, to make it more consistent, is you do need to open up Oliver or a way to Oliver. That way it means you don't need to send the Gyarados with your Ronald. you can send the smoke grenade and you play it that way. So to complete the hand loop, you want Connector plus Oliver, and off you go. Just a standard combo is Sublation Knight. So massive shout out to Yugioh Deck on YouTube. He's got like a very cool 3-minute video which just literally blitz through 3 combos of this deck. So it's very, very nice to keep you going and keeps it simple as well. So you'd normally summon the Sublation Knight. Sublation Knight's effect will go off to equip Squeak Knight, use the effect of Squeak Knight to summon it, and then you pretty much go from here. Do not make Squeak Knight a tuner because you will then be locked out. You then go into Isolde. Isolde's effect, now usually what I tend to do is I would then either add the Neospatian or I would add a Sublation Knight. So whatever you want to add, you add that. Now in this combo, because we don't have Oliver, we would send Gyarados, but if we do open up Oliver, you would send Smoke Grenade, and Smoke Grenade would be the one that you add back. So the idea is, off of Isolde, you only need to send one. You'd special summon out your Renard. Your Renard will then go off to add you back. So if you need Oliver, you add back the Gyarados. If you're going for the hand loop, you add back the Smoke Grenade. And then the way this would kind of work from here is very, very important. You turn Isolde into a Link Cross. We need to get some dice in here. Get me some dice up in here. You're doing nothing. Do absolutely nothing. Yeah, so I'll show you where it varies through the hand loops and stuff like that. So you'd normally get, I'm just going to use 2 level 1 tokens. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to use Oliver to get rid of your Renard, and you're going to bring down Oliver. Oliver is now the tuner, which then contributes towards, you guessed it, Halifibrax. So then you would summon out the Halifibrax. Halifibrax's effect will go off to special summon out Auroradon. Now this is important here. Auroradon doesn't actually go straight to Halifibrax. What you do is you use Auroradon plus one of the tokens, which will then turn into a level 3 O-line token to get you out your Metal Marcher. Metal Marcher will then revive you your Oliver, as it is a tuner. Very, very important. And this is also important as well. Before you make Auroradon, because you won't have enough space for the token, you use 1 Link Cross level 1 token and the Oliver to make your level 5 Synchro, and you would go into the Infernoble Knight Captain Roland. Again, very, very important. Then what you do is you use the O-line token plus Halifibrax and you go into Auroradon. There we go. And then Auroradon will then produce 3 level 3 tokens. Now again, this is very, very important because if you had Smoke Grenade, you would equip Smoke Grenade to Captain Roland. You could then trigger use Captain Roland's effect, but it's not important on this one. Then what you do is you use Auroradon's effect to tribute itself to then get rid of the Smoke Grenade, and that rips 1 from your opponent's hand. Then if you're going more for the hand loop, so technically you would have ripped 1 with Connector, ripped 1 with Smoke Grenade, you would then Synchro into Omega, rip a 3rd, and then you would get a Smoke Grenade in the end phase coming on to, or when an equip card goes to Charles, and then Charles would then pop it as well. So you've ripped 4 cards, your opponent's got 1 card to play with, they're going to top deck into a 6th. They don't have a negate to deal with, which is the only other downside. But from this point here, what you would then do is you use 1 token and the Metal Marcher. This is important as well. And you make yourself a tuner version of Stardust Charge, and you get to draw 1 random cards, which is nice. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use your Captain, because he is a tuner, plus 1 of the level 3 tokens, and that is going to get you into your Savage. Now, if you've used the hand loop, your Savage is going to have 3 tokens with Auroradon. If you haven't, it's going to have 2 with Halifibrax. You're then going to use Charge Warrior plus the 3, because Charge Warrior is now a tuner, because it was used for Metal Marcher, and that is going to let you get into your level 9 Charles. You'd then be able to trigger from here. So during the end phase, unless you've got another equipped in hand, what Charles will do is Charles will let you equip a monster from your deck. So you get to choose so you get to equip 1 equipped spell from your hand or graveyard to this card during the end phase. Then you can equip 1 Fire Warrior monster from your deck. So you'd go, okay, cool, I'm going to equip, if you're going for the hand loop, you're going to equip the Smoke Grenade. If you're not, you're going to equip the Gyarados. So he's going to get an equip card. That will then trigger, and then he will then be able to go, okay, cool, I'm going to equip. And then you get to choose whether you want Oliver to protect it from targeting, whether you want, where are you? Olga to protect it from destroyed by card effects, or if you want to go Melius, to protect it from being destroyed by battle. So he will gain an additional 500 off of his own effect, and then I believe, if I remember correctly, one of these gives it an additional 500 as well. You can also, if you want to, where is he? There you go, Captain. You can also equip the Captain, and I believe the Captain gives it 500 as well. So you can boost him up to like 4k, which is nuts. But then his end phase effect would go off to trigger, pop in the smoke grenade, and that would rip you another one from your opponent's hand. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very short, sweet, and simple to kind of build up. Now, if you want to hand loop your opponent, you go with the ignites. Simple as that. If you want to actually have an interactive game of Yu-Gi-Oh, you can go with the synchro version. Now, I personally prefer the synchro version. The hand loop is good and all that. I don't want to leave my opponent with no hands because I actually want to play a game. But hand loops are a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! They are powerful. Like, that's what makes them so good. What I want to do, and this is the one improvement that I'm already going to try and make on this deck, is I want to try and learn the combo involving Jet Synchron so that I can dodge Nibiru, because one of this deck's biggest weaknesses right now is that it runs headfirst into Nibiru. There's no out-and-out protection for it, so you do have to be quite careful. So that is something that I'm looking into, that is something that I'm learning. So yeah, bear with me on that one, and I'll update it once it is ready. But again, as absolutely always, guys, if this video gets 100 likes, I will do a test down video for you guys. It just shows that you support this video, it shows that you want to see more of this video, and I'll be more than happy to do it for you. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until absolutely next time, guys, happy dueling. So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.